welcome to the Nerdington Post. Hats off with the biggest news in the past week. The return of Chick Magnet Punk, a.k.a. Phil Brooks, to the world of wrestling. CM Punk for the women.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God.
Debuted in All Elite Wrestling last week.
In Chicago.
Rampage. Sold out United Center.
That pop was huge.
It was insane.
It was awesome.
Insane. And
oh
then,
my God.
yeah, just the other day, he made his first appearance on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday.
And didn't he hint that, like, Daniel Bryan's coming? That's what I read.
Well, the long-standing rumor, which is probably true, is that they're going to have, on their New York show at the Arthur Ashe Stadium, Daniel Bryan's going to make his... Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, is going to make his AEW debut there.
Is that really his name? Bryan Danielson?
Yeah, that's who he was before...
WWE.
Yeah. Their WWE's big creative idea, like, well, let's just flip it around.
Right.
Like, why not just come up with a whole new name? Whatever. But yeah, the audience Wednesday was doing the yes chant, and then CM Punk very slightly like, hey, that's somebody else's gimmick. You're going to have to be a little more patient. So, yeah. So, mid-September, the American Dragon, baby. The American Dragon.
That's right.
But
I don't know the last time I watched wrestling, so I don't even
know.
But I just heard the roof went crazy at the United Center.
You gotta get back into wrestling, baby. It's a great time to
no time
watch men fake fight each other. I'm loving it.
I think I did enough as a kid. I think it's fair.
But yeah, Gamescom is going on right now. A lot of stuff being shown, being announced, whatnot.
I'm Will, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Walter.
I'm Will.
Doesn't matter. We're not CM Punk. He's who matters.
That's right.
He's who matters.
And so does Gamescom.
He was the voice of the voiceless. But no more. Because your voices were heard. And Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, they all listen to you. And they're giving you wrestling back, baby. Professional wrestling. None of that sports entertainment bullshit. But yeah, Gamescom season kind of kicked off with Destiny 2 showing off their newest expansion, the Witch Queen, referring to Savathun for Destiny lore nerds,
That's
sister of Oryx, the Taken King. Savathun. Pretty much like every Destiny expansion that comes out, I think you have the same feeling, like, wow, this looks cool.
I really want to do this again.
I'd like to get back into it, but am I? Probably
like,
not.
am I really that hyped for it?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be like, all right, I'll try it, I'll grind it for 2 weeks and never play it again?
Yeah. Because playing vanilla Destiny 2, I grinded the hell out of it, got all the weapons I wanted, kicked ass in PvP. Yeah, and then they went free to play. I jumped back in, like transferred my account to Steam, and then just the PC having a completely different balance for things. And then also with the new currencies and grinding they added to the free to play version, it's just like, come on. I don't want to deal with this grind right now. Last expansion looked cool, though, with Beyond Light, where you get stasis powers. They seem to be advancing the story against the darkness, which is all interesting stuff, but...
It's that grind, baby. It's just that grind.
What will it take for Destiny 2 to pull you back in? Because I know I love the hell
for my buddy Alex to play.
Okay.
Because Evan and everyone is like, well, we'll play Destiny. I was like, yeah, I'll tell you what. If you get Alex to play, I'll play. And the reason I know that won't happen because Alex has already told me I'm not playing.
Okay. So I'm thinking...
So it's great for the Destiny community. It's great the game's still going. Good for them. Hats off to Bungie and the developers, but... As of right now, it ain't for me.
Yeah, I applaud Bungie because they're one of those developers that are still going strong, supporting the community.
Right.
Kind of like, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's doing a great job of keeping that community there. Kind of like how Rainbow Six Siege, we don't think about it, but it's all constantly doing new stuff, adding content.
And it wouldn't still be going if it wasn't making money.
Yeah. So I think after the Final Fantasy Endwalkers expansion, if I'm done with that, done with all the post-release stuff, for Endwalkers, and I'm in the... Because that's wrapping up the story that's been going around in 14 for the past decade. If I'm in the mood for more MMO grind action, I think I might jump back into Destiny.
If you do it, I'll do it with you. Just gotta let me know. I know it's free to play, but if you do it, I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I might enjoy it more if I do it with friends.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But then at the same time, like, do I really want to do like a 4-hour raid?
Yeah. It's a pain.
And like yell at my friends.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
there's something easier about doing a raid in Final Fantasy 14 because the party is so big.
Right.
Like, if you fuck up, like, there's a good chance someone will be there to pick you up and pick up the slack and then get the ball rolling again. But with the 6-person team, if you fuck up your part, it's all over.
Right.
So it's just more stressful. But it was fun doing it. And shout out to that group of randos who helped me and her buddy Trashy Chain get through the raid, man. Oh my god. And doing like the first 2 times we did it, I got the weapons I wanted, so I'm like,
you don't have to do it again. Yeah, exactly.
It was great.
So you know a raid went well. If you only have to do it once.
But yeah, I'll if I jump back in, I'll definitely check out the previous expansion, Beyond Light, to check out the new class with the stasis powers.
Mm-hmm.
And then see where that takes me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me know.
Yeah, because before Destiny 2 came out, my buddy wanted me to get into it. I'm like, I'm not playing that. And then I got a nice taste of, like, the Taken King was...
Taken King was good.
Was, like, super cheap, like $10 at most. I'm like, all right, I'll check out the Taken King and play through that stuff. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'll be into Destiny 2 when it comes out. And it didn't hurt that we got Destiny 2 for free from work.
Exactly. That was great.
Yeah. But, yeah, back to Gamescom proper, Gamescom in full. Well, before Gamescom proper, Microsoft had a press conference of their own, or more of a stream. That one was just kind of what Gamescom usually happens, like what Sony used to do. It's just updates on already known games, so that's, if you want to see like more developer interviews, want to see what's going on with Forza Horizon 5, the new stuff they're adding, check that out.
Right.
There's not much to talk about. It's just, if you want that information, go check it out.
But there's still so much that they've announced this year. Like, you have games like, well, we got to see the gunk at Gamescom, but you still have games like Scorn that are 2021, and then you got like other games that they said, oh, they're coming to Game Pass this year, and they've given zero update. It's like, what do you guys? I don't know. We'll get into.
It's indie development, baby.
And I'm fine with it.
It comes out when it comes out.
No, I get it. It's just, I mean, Xbox is obviously paying these people to put their games day one on Game Pass, so they have a little bit of Xbox money. And at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a 90-minute showcase, giving you game updates. When you gave us game updates about shit we already knew. Like, we already knew about Forza. We already knew about Halo multiplayer. We already knew about some of the updates coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. It was a very boring 90 minutes, in my opinion. And I knew they said, hey, just to set expectations, we're not announcing anything new, which I already knew.
Yeah.
But you would think, at an Xbox event, they would have at least done the Halo release date, but it makes sense of why they did it
for the
bigger show.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but it's just like,
they
I don't know, man. Xbox is they've taken some L's recently in my book, and we'll get into that later when we talk about Halo Infinite.
Yeah. So if you want to check out details for, I was gonna say Fox. I don't know, Xbox's upcoming fall and holiday release schedule, check out that content. It's there. But opening night live with King Keeley, Jeff Keeley. He's been doing this for the past 3 years, hosting like pretty much like an event to open up Gamescom. Pre-show hosted by the wonderful Kyle Bossman, who I've been following since his days back at Game Trailers. Funny guy. Great stuff. They announced like a ton of indie games and whatnot. And King of Fighters 15 release date during the pre-show. You know, like that. The Keeley pre-shows have become part of the show where there's a ton of
Right.
announcements. So, like, if you're in the future, if you're going to check out a Keighley event, watch the pre-show because there's stuff there too.
Right.
But the big thing they started off with, which was teased earlier this month, Saints Row. It's
I
back.
didn't even know it was teased earlier, but that shows how much I pay attention. But
Yeah.
I thought it looked cool. It kind of looks more of like a heist game.
Based on that cinematic trailer, with the brief gameplay, and I mean brief, they showed like 20 seconds of actual gameplay.
Yeah.
It looks
Which
like
is the norm now.
they're going soft reboot, and it looks like a throwback to the simpler times of Saints Row 2.
Right.
It's has silly, wacky, comedic elements, but not to the point of 3 where you have a dedicated nut punch button.
Right.
So yeah, it looks like they're just soft reboot to be. I don't know.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I've never really played the Saints Row games, but I've heard they're not always the best, but they're fun games.
Yeah, I had a buddy who just played Saints Row 2 online. It was his go-to thing until GTA 5 Online came out. So yeah, it's good things. I might not check this out because I like the wacky off the walls banana stuff, and then it looks like. It's like we're trying to be.
I mean, it still looks wacky, but you're thinking of like Saints Row,
like
Get Out of Hell or whatever.
Yeah,
it's called.
well, 4 is just they left the atmosphere.
Yeah, they rode the
Literally.
rocket ship. Yeah.
But 3 was just 3 has an extra silliness that this one doesn't have, where it's more. Broad and welcoming.
Right.
There's nothing. We haven't seen any raunchiness of a giant dildo bat, which or a unicorn shooting a rainbow out of its asshole. That might be a red faction weapon, but yeah, we're not getting that silliness, which is how it is in this modern age.
No,
be that irreverent and stupid.
I think it is cool to read.
But I want that wackiness.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Could always be in DLC, baby.
Could be.
You never know.
Yeah. The next thing that was announced is what really got my acorn wet, man.
Yeah.
They picked up my acorn off the ground and chucked it into the ocean. So it was rumored that for a while that 2K Games was making a Marvel game developed by Firaxis, which is a strategy developer known for the Civilization franchise, the recent XCOM games, and they're making a Marvel game, and it was announced, baby.
It looks awesome. It looks pretty cool.
Marvel's Midnight Suns, where coming out March 2022.
You said it's going to be, a tactical RPG?
Yeah, tactical RPG. We're getting gameplay September 1st. It was just revealed that it's Game Informer's cover story for the month, so we'll get new information from Game Informer about the game. Just based on the developer, Firaxis, I love the XCOM games. Jake Solomon is creative lead on this, as he was the XCOM games. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Also, they're going with the dark magic-y stuff of Marvel, which is seldom explored in wider media. So I got my party set.
And 2K is the publisher, right?
Yeah. So they have more magical based character this time around. Of course, you have old standards like Captain America, Iron Man,
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine. Captain Marvel is there, but then magic based guys like Nico Minoru, Ilyana Rasputin, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, of course. And you play as a new character called the Hunter that you could customize. And from what they've talked about so far, it seems like it might have a Mass Effect-like vibe to it.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Where you're hanging out in this hub headquarters. You could go around and talk to the different heroes before you go out on missions. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
March is going to be sick, man.
And Marvel's kind of needs it because Avengers was not that great.
Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy might be good.
I hope it's good, man.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be done by Square Enix, right?
Yeah, it's got the it's the Deus Ex team, man. They could make a good RPG. like, hopefully they're able to make pretty much Marvel's Mass Effect.
I mean, we'll see.
And I'm hoping it goes for that. But, you know, they could botch it.
I mean, no. I mean, I hope they make a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, as of right now, the only good Marvel games that have come out are Spider-Man and then Miles Morales.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic for Guardians of the Galaxy. And for sure, based on the pedigree of Firaxis, Midnight Suns is going to be a solid tactical RPG.
Yeah. And then we got
Call of Duty Vanguard. They showed off the campaign.
Yeah, I'm kind of low-key excited for this campaign. It looked really good, like really fresh. I'm still not at the point where I'm going to spend $60 because the World War II thing's been done before.
Yeah, I have the opposite stance of you. I was not impressed by that gameplay footage. They've been making, like, more or less on and off, like, a campaign every year for the past 20 years. It's just, it didn't impress me.
Really?
Just like, we've been through this before.
And again, and that's why, like, while it looked good and it looked fun, I was like, I don't think it's $60 worth. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably pick it up on a sale like I did the last Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. I got it for like $20. But visually, I think it looks great. I think they captured the world really well. But, I mean, it looks dope. But for me, what I'm going to be playing, because obviously we have Halo Infinite and Battlefield, those games look better, in my opinion. I'll pick it up on a sale. But it looks dope. So
Vanguard, I'll for sure be playing Warzone, so I can't wait for the new Vanguard map to come out. But in terms of multiplayer, I got to see the multiplayer gameplay first, because that's where I'm probably going to.
I'm shocked they didn't show some of that, because that's Call of Duty's bread and butter.
Yeah, I think before that comes out, there's going to be a Sony State of Play that's going to blow that out probably.
Oh yeah, because they have that contract.
Yeah. But yeah, just Modern Warfare did progression perfectly.
Right. Exactly.
Like leveling up a gun, unlocking new attachments, and tweaking that stuff. And just, what kind of progression are you going to get with a World War II gun, man? I need that hook.
Well, and there have just been so many World War II games done. You already know what's gonna happen. You already know what to expect. So, I mean, like,
if they, like, we talked about this last week, but if they go wacky with the campaign of just like the post World War II chasing Hitler's successor and that sort of thing, they get weird with it, I'll check it out. I'll check it out if they get weird. I don't expect them to get Wolfenstein weird, but if they get weird enough,
it's Activision, man.
Weird enough, like. Here's basic World War II. Here's Wolfenstein. If they just get here, I'll be into it. Yeah. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about everything that happened with Opening Night Live. Just the stuff that got us excited. April O'Neil and Shredder's Revenge. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge. They announced April O'Neil as a fifth playable character.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
She looks sick, man. That game, developed by Tribute Games, who previously made Mercenary Kings, which is a sick side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, and some of that team worked on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. I love it. Great art style. Looks fantastic.
I'm excited for that. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Fun thing with April O'Neil, some of her animations for attacks are kind of inspired by Chun-Li from Street Fighters, and I think I've seen some other Street Fighter characters in her moveset, so that made me super excited. And if we play that, I'll definitely be playing as April O'Neil, man. I'm excited.
Okay, we'll play that then.
I'm excited.
Maybe we'll finally start streaming by then. Who knows?
Yeah, let's go. This is our little indie corner. They showed more gameplay of Jet the Far Shore coming out October 5th.
I'm super excited for that. Because I know you've talked about it before, and I really haven't looked at it, and then they show that.
Just more gameplay.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'll get it on PlayStation or PC.
Yeah, just, I'm out, dog. I'm out.
What do you mean?
I'm a PC guy. It's going to have at least a year of Epic Game Store exclusivity. I could wait.
Oh, really? You don't like Epic Game Store?
I'd prefer to get it on Steam, where most of my library is. I forget I have Epic Game Store
You're talking to new PC guys.
So it doesn't matter for you.
I mean, I prefer Steam.
Yeah.
I like Steam. I like supporting them and everything.
Just most of my library's on Steam. I boot up Epic Game Store every now and then to get the free game.
I think that's the only thing I've done with my Epic. I got Plague Tale Innocence or whatever for free. Yeah. And that's all I've done with it. I still need to play it.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a busy time between September and October with a ton of games coming out.
Deathloop.
Yeah, Deathloop, Tales of Arise, Guardians of the Galaxy. So I could wait another year for Jet the Far Shore for it to drop on Steam or GOG. But it looks cool. Fun exploration. Just open. It cool. Really conveys how big a planet is.
Right.
Just like this vast explorative space. It looks super cool. And then same thing with Sifu. That got delayed to next year, but we've got a firm release date of February 22nd.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, some more gameplay of that. It looks cool. But again, it's no for me, dog. Epic Game Store exclusive for a year. I could wait.
Just get it on Epic Game Store.
I could wait. Dude, I will be playing Elden Ring for like a month straight. Right. And also, yeah, like other stuff like the next month, Marvel's Midnight Sun's coming out, baby.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
I'll be chipping away at those big hams.
2022 is gonna be fucking busy.
But Sifu, again, they just showed more gameplay. It looks cool. Looks sick. They have that aging mechanic that we don't really know how it works, but I'm sure they'll explain it at some point. But yeah, again, for you don't have hang-ups about the Epic Game Store and like a legacy backlog, so yeah, you could get it on Epic Game Store or maybe PlayStation.
We'll see. I mean, I do need something to play on my PlayStation because, dude, ever since I built that fucking PC, I have not touched my PlayStation at all. I'm even considering like canceling my Deathloop and getting it on PC.
Oh, well, another thing for hot, busy February, Horizon Forbidden West, it was rumored it was going to be delayed out of 2021, kind of people expected it, but confirmed coming out February 18th, 2022.
Yep.
Horizon Forbidden West, and they also just launched the PS5 patch for Horizon Zero Dawn.
4K 60 frames per second.
Yeah, so February of 2022, you'll for sure be playing your PlayStation 5.
That's right.
And maybe not Sifu, because they come out a couple days from each other. Yeah. Good old...
when is Elden Ring? That's February...
20-something?
In the span of like a week, you have Sifu,
January,
Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, and Pokemon Legends all in the span of like a week.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's going to be bananas, baby. But...
I'll play Legends in West while you and Senpai play Elden Ring.
We're going to play a lot.
I know you guys are going to play a lot of Elden Ring.
Hopefully I'll have cleaned up 100% Elden Ring by the time Midnight Suns comes out, man. I'm really excited for Midnight Suns.
I am too. Once we get more gameplay, I'll be like, all right, I could play that.
I'm going hard on the magic users for my party, because your party is going to be the hunter, your created character, and then 3 other guys. I'm going magic, Eliana Rasputin, Doctor Strange, and Nico Minoru. 3 mages, baby, because they'll tie into the story also more, because magic.
I thought, like, for a second there, I thought it was, like, another Ultimate Alliance game, because I hadn't heard about Midnight Sun. So I was like, oh, shit, they're doing another Ultimate Alliance game.
I thought it was going to be... Because they also showed off a free-to-play Marvel mobile game. Mm-hmm. I thought that was that at first, because I knew about the Marvel mobile game. So I'm like, it's just the mobile game. And then, like, wait a minute. 2K, it's the rumored game. And then...
On a side note, before we move on, did you watch the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer?
Oh, of course.
What do you think? Like, honest opinion. We don't have to talk about it.
I knew all this stuff was going to happen. I don't like it necessarily. They might execute it well, but the concept I'm not specifically into, because seems like they're going too. It seems like they're going too big,
right?
With multiversal stuff, where
because you already know it's going to go into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
The way the Marvel Spider-Man has been, they've really tapped into that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man aspect, with the Vulture being this blue-collar, relatable antagonist, and then just how they grounded the interpretation of Mysterio in Far From Home, of them being disgruntled like employees who've been screwed over by the big corporation of Tony Stark and Stark Enterprises, the way they played with the idea of fake news and all that sort of stuff. Just been very grounded and relatable, and then they just taken off. Like
they did a Saints Row third.
I think the Saints Row 4 even, of just like, now we're dealing with I mean, he already went into space and dealt with aliens. But like now they're going with the multiverse stuff, and it makes sense because with the popularity of Into the Spider-Verse kind of primed like the movie audience for the multiverse concept. It's just, I like the friendly neighborhood. I want to see him and Zendaya hang out more, him and Ned. I want those
because
character interactions.
Those interactions and those relationships felt very organic.
They're what made them.
Yeah.
It's like if John Hughes made a Spider-Man movie.
But it looks like in this one they're becoming secondary characters because he is traveling through the different multiverses.
With Doctor Strange, yeah. It's...
I get where you're coming from. I'm excited.
It's cool.
I'm excited just to see if they can pull it off.
It's cool, but it's kind of like what they did with Thor Ragnarok, of just like, the first two Thor movies aren't great or like even good, but they have qualities I like about them. And then Thor Ragnarok kind of ignored those qualities and just left them behind. Whereas this, I don't think there'll be as much of a departure since it's still like the same creative team. But also, it's kind of based off of it's either called One More Day or One Day More, where Peter Parker literally made a deal with the devil to magic everybody into forgetting his secret identity.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the stupidest things that has ever happened to Spider-Man. Because like, it was just mainly Marvel editorial being like, we need to make him young and relatable again, but like, he's just like a married 30-year-old guy. Like, well, how about he just makes a deal with the devil and then we magic away his marriage to Mary Jane, and then, it was stupid. Like, the stories that came afterwards of like the rebooted Spider-Man were great, and it's some of my favorite Spider-Man content out there. But like, the story itself of trying to get people through magic, it was stupid. It sucked. It sucked, man. Yeah.
Anyway, back on course about indie games.
Yeah.
You wrote
Midnight Fight Express, which is being published by Humble.
Was that one they showed at the Xbox event?
No. It was Returner, I think.
Okay.
But no, Midnight Fight Express, it's like a top-down beat-em-up made by a single developer out of Poland.
Oh, I did see that. That looks dope.
That looks
cool.
Hopefully, we see more gameplay footage of it. Get like a deep dive on it, see how the combat system works. Because it showed like different protagonists. So I wonder if it's kind of has a randomized element where like you die, you end up playing like a new randomized character, or if you could customize your character from the beginning. And just how the combat system works, because it looked like you were doing some cool stuff there with melee combat, just grabbing weapons out of people's hands, and John Wick shit, You know. But Midnight Fight Express looks cool. And then Dream Cycle is a first-person game. They announced it at the end of the pre-show. It's from one of the original Tomb Raider designers. Like, they built it as from the creator of Lara Croft. So I don't know if they're referring to like the person who drew the concept art for Lara Croft, the writer who came up with the character. Like,
it's not very clear.
This is vague as hell. And your name means nothing because this is so vague of a description. But the gameplay looks interesting. Looks like you're exploring kind of different environments. You could use magic, melee weapons, guns. Not a lot of details are known about it, but it seems like it might have a procedural elements to it, and early access is starting in September 7th. I'm generally not an early access guy, so I won't check it out then. But hopefully somebody puts out a long gameplay video and I can check it out. But yeah, the Death Stranding tickled you. The big show stopper at the end.
I don't know if it's a showstopper. I just kind of like the stuff they're adding to it. It makes it look like it's a more manageable game. But like you said, some of that stuff's towards the end. So a lot, in the beginning, I would, or maybe even towards the middle, I would kind of like to have a robot just to, carry my shit.
Yeah, because a lot of those conveniences you unlock further in the game.
Right.
So, like, with the new stuff, like the jetpack and...
I feel like the jetpack would be great just to have in the beginning. Because it won't cut down, like, your travel time, but it would make traversing the world easier.
Nah, I'm thinking you're not unlocking that stuff until the end.
But I personally just thought some of the updates looked cool, and maybe when it eventually comes out for PC, I'll get it or try it out.
PS5, baby.
Yeah, I get a smooth 60 frames per second when it eventually comes out on PC, baby.
Yeah, that new content.
And honestly, like his games on a fucking 3070 at 1440, that'd be phenomenal.
With DLSS.
Exactly.
Smooth out those jaggies. Yeah, none of that content interested me. I have yet to watch the cutscenes and just get the story of Death Stranding. I don't want to play it.
It's like 6 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah. That's standard Kojima.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
yeah, I'll watch that. But yeah, none of that. That was the end of show thing. But yeah, nothing interested me. But what really got you going? Halo Infinite finally got a release date.
So first, I'm happy it got a release date. I'm excited for Halo. December 8th, launching the free-to-play multiplayer and campaign. Also, I'll never get it because I have a PC now, but the fucking Series X they announced for it looks dope as fuck.
Yeah. And the Elite 2 controller.
Yes, that I'm going to try to find. I'm going to keep hitting up Senpai to see if he ever gets any. But yeah, so I'm super excited, and I get why they did it today, on the day of Gamescom and not the day before of the Xbox showcase. But it's like...
Keeley brings in the viewers, baby.
He does. But here's the thing. So they announced the date with no new update gameplay of any campaign. And I'm not freaking out about it, but I'm a little worried because it's like the last time they showed gameplay was last year when he got completely destroyed by the internet and everyone to the point where they delayed the game to 2021. Yeah. And you said this before we started recording, if they delayed it a year, it's not launching with co-op campaign, it's not launching with Forward. What did it look like last year when they were going to announce it next to the Xbox Series X?
It probably would have just been, here's the campaign and 4 maps.
Right.
Something like that.
So, the initial delay was great. We're going to get a full campaign, a full multiplayer, which, with that free-to-play, players are going to flock to it, which is great. But Xbox in the past, 6 to 8 months has kind of shifted their direction. They're focusing more on the multiplayer aspect and not the campaign, which it's I get it. Multiplayer is going to make you money because you're going to be adding to it. That makes sense. But at the same time, it wasn't like that a year ago. A year ago, you showed off. You thought the bread and butter was the campaign. So I'm just I don't want to see much. Give me a 3-minute trailer of gameplay. That's all I want to see. But it's just worrying. This game launches in 104 days, so 3.5 months, and we haven't had any campaign update in a year and a half.
Man, you're really champing at the bit for Halo if you know how many days exactly it's coming out.
Oh, because Game Pass gives you a countdown.
Okay.
And it's on pre-launch. Oh, so yeah, I already have the part of it downloaded.
Dude, you gonna play the next beta if it comes out?
if it happens on a weekend where I'm free and I don't have to work or anything, yeah, absolutely, I'll check it out. Because I hear the multiplayer is great. Like, I've heard nothing but good things. But, like, part of me is a little concerned that either something isn't either up to snuff with the campaign, because again, they haven't showed it off in a year and a half. I mean, they did like a 45-second teaser at their summer event, and it showed like some new upgraded cutscenes where the visuals were better, which is great. I really didn't care about the visuals that much because they said from the get-go that Halo was going to be like a spiritual reboot with the old kind of pastel.
Yeah.
So, like, I really didn't mind it. I mean, obviously, on the world's most powerful console, you kind of wanted it to look good.
And also with, they kind of been teasing that it's going to be, if not necessarily open world, but like wider, bigger spaces. So, how's that going?
Right.
We don't know yet.
So, I'm excited for Halo, but either Xbox is playing things close to the chest because they're worried about how the campaign's going, or they're just not ready to show it off. But with 3.5 months to go before your release, you kind of have to show something.
Yeah. I think they have like a Halo's too big to fail mentality.
Exactly.
Because like Phil Spencer before has said, because people are worried if Halo Infinite doesn't do well.
Nothing's going to do well.
If Halo Infinite doesn't do well, that might be it for the Halo franchise. And then Phil Spencer has been like, this isn't make or break for the Halo franchise. Like, Halo is big enough where, like, even if it doesn't sell well, it's still like a marquee franchise that's associated with Xbox. It's not going to die.
Right. It'll just go back to the drawing board. Yeah. And even if that happens, they'll have free-to-play multiplayer, which I know is going to bring in a player base that they can piggyback off of for a couple years while they rethink Halo.
I mean, if with Call of Duty statistics, like, the majority of people don't even play the campaign for that franchise. So with Halo, if they get good multiplayer numbers, it sucks. As I've always liked the Halo campaigns. I've always been a fan. I always thought the stories were great, especially Reach. Reach was by far, I think, next to 3 is the best campaign. But I agree. Like you said, a lot of people don't play Call of Duty campaign. Let's jump right into the multiplayer.
Like, I didn't play Call of Duty campaign for a long time. And I still played Warzone and Zombies and shit. So, I get it. It just kind of worries me. Because I'm like, you guys are 3.5 months away. You're launching a campaign, and you haven't given any update about it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I know. Hopefully. It's Xbox. I know they're not worried about it.
Yeah. They're not worried about it. The fans might be, since with 343 Industries, people weren't in love with Halo 4 and Halo 5.
Right.
But
I loved 4.
It'll be fine. It might not be exceptional, but it'll be fine at least. Like,
as long as the campaign gets an 8 or 9, it'll be fine. That's a win for them. But 4, I loved 4. So 4 had a great story and not so great multiplayer, and then 5 had great multiplayer and a not so great story. In my opinion. That's my opinion.
All I want is to just deck out some Spartan armor, man. Give me that multiplayer. Give me those cosmetics.
Did you see
Give me those cosmetics.
One of the cosmetics in the new Destiny update has like Needler inspired armor.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess Bungie and 343 are kind of like, hey, let's kind of team up and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really stoked to see what multiplayer has for like customization, because that's always been a cool thing about Halo multiplayer. So overall, on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to Halo Infinite, I'm at like an 8 or 9 of how stoked and how good I think it's going to be. But with how secretive they've been about the campaign, I'm like, I don't know. Because I like campaign.
Campaign's great. And they're, with the December release, they're barely making it in 2021.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to delay it to holiday 2022, which you usually think is November.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh no, it's December, which is you still get that Christmas money.
Yeah, like the main thing is games want to come out before Black Friday.
Exactly.
It's always weird when a game comes out in December, because that's usually like a month when games go to die.
Because didn't Cyberpunk come out in December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But With all the
but that game did well.
Happened, like, surprising that game came out then also. Kind of like similar to with Halo Infinite. Like, here's the last possible day that we could...
Right.
Last possible week we could release it in this year. So maybe you should be worried. But
we'll see, man.
It'll probably be fine.
I mean, I'm going to play it because I'm a huge Halo fan. And you know me. We don't do the console wars thing, but I usually defend. I usually do.
Got John right there. John 112.
117.
117.
But I usually defend Xbox. I'll defend PlayStation. But this time, at this point, it's like, come on, Xbox, gotta do a little better.
Yeah.
And on a side note, I'm super excited for Gunk, the Gunk that releases in December on Game Pass. I'm excited to check that out.
Dude, yeah, if you want to check out other stuff by that studio, check out the SteamWorld Dig games.
Okay.
If they're on sale or anything, because those are some really great Metroidvanias.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just excited for the Gunk and then Scorn. Apparently Scorn is going to be fall, so like October or November.
Of next year?
This year.
I don't think it's coming out this year, man.
Xbox announced it and said this year, 2021 fall. But again, they said it last year too, so whatever.
Yep.
But I we'll see, dude. 2020 and 2021 have been weird for gaming.
Yeah, for sure.
Because at the beginning of this year, and kind of last year when the next-gen consoles launched, Sony was supposed to release Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo.
They never announced a year for Gran Turismo. It's always assumed Gran Turismo comes out later than you think. Because those games are notoriously slow to
Ratchet and Clank, and then Ragnarok. Ragnarok was supposed to be 2021. Yeah. And all we've gotten was Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, no one believed Ragnarok was coming out 2021.
We were shocked when we saw a 2021 release date.
Yeah, we're just like, really?
No.
No.
So yeah, I get it. But I mean, like, it's just been a weird couple years. I think next year...
Next year, everything's going to be back on track.
Yeah, especially, like, just look at the February lineup. Yeah. With the games we've talked about.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, man. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be a lot of money thrown at video games. It's going to be awesome.
I'm focusing on just two for 2022.
Elden Ring,
Midnight Suns. And I think so far that's it. I guess in 2022, I just want to spend less on games.
That's fair.
Because this fall / holiday, I'm spending a little more. If I do end up getting Tales of Arise, that's like an extra $60 towards something.
Right.
Rather than, I don't know. I want to check it out, but like...
Yeah, now...
The week before Deathloop, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, because I know I'm not going to beat it before Deathloop comes out, being a JRPG, exactly. But like...
Yeah, 2022, my big things are obviously Starfield, Breath of the Wild 2, even though that could get pushed back because they said our release window is 2022. So I have a feeling that could be 2023. But Starfield, Breath of the Wild 2, if it still happens. And Pokemon Legends. I'm really excited to try that out.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, whatever else gets announced that and Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's our hot stuff out of Opening Night Live. Follow more Gamescom coverage. It's ongoing right now. If you want to check out more gameplay or deep dives of any of the stuff we talked about, I'm sure they're out there.
That's right.
And just more stuff being announced. They had a Future Games showcase earlier today. Just showed more off of indie games that were already known. Showed off some new indie games. Just more gameplay of stuff. So yeah, check that stuff
out. Check it out, man.
You been playing anything cool?
Dude, I played 12 minutes.
How was that?
It was actually really cool.
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a weird ending, though.
That's
the ending was really...
I don't want to hear anything about it. Like, I listened to a podcast that already said there's, like, a twist with a weird thing.
Yeah.
That you've said too much. I don't...
It's great. Just a really simple point and click. I recommend it. It's a really cool... It takes, like an hour or two to beat, so it's really not a lot of time at all.
Okay.
So I beat that, and then...
Did you use any guides or anything? Because I know like some people have take them like 4 to 5 hours to beat it.
No.
Okay.
But like I didn't take any breaks.
Okay.
Either.
You're able to just...
I was like, all right, I did this.
Let's figure this out.
I was like, all right, I tried that, and something would happen. Oh shit! Right there. That makes sense. So, yeah, I just was like a machine because honestly, the most a loop can last is 10 minutes, or if you do something that fucks it up sooner, could be like 2 minutes. So I kind of burned through it. Maybe it was 3 hours, but it was really good. I highly suggest you check it out. It's a really cool. The voice acting is great. How everything is very meticulously placed is great. And then I started playing Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
Which is really fun.
You a fan of the first game and all that
Never
stuff?
played it.
You never played the first Psychonauts?
No. It's on Game Pass. I thought about checking it out.
Yeah. I thought the only people who check out Psychonauts 2 are those Psychonauts stands who've been craving for that sequel for 15 years.
I'm literally checking out because it looks cool and it looks like a really cool art style.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm like 2 hours in. It's pretty awesome and fun. If you like platformers, if you're like a fan of Ratchet and Clank, highly recommend you check out like Psychonauts 2.
I might. I played the first game, only got like a fourth or third of the way through, and just it didn't quite have that platforming polish.
Mm-hmm.
It had cool ideas, cool story, cool writing, cool environments.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the gameplay, that polish wasn't quite there.
I will say, with
I
how
hear
next gen this is, the polish is there.
I hear that's a big thing with 2 is just how improved the gameplay is, how much more variety to like your abilities are compared to the first game, because they know that was a huge sticking point with the first game.
From someone who's played Ratchet and Clank, it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2, baby.
But that's really all I've been playing. Work's been kind of busy. So.
Oh, speaking of time loopy stuff, previews came out for Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
So writers got their hands on the first 5 hours of the game, getting a lot of positive takes on it from. I was reading Game Informers, PC gamers, Eurogamers, all having a good time with it.
Hell yeah, man!
Like that.
I'm excited.
With the moment-to-moment gameplay and then the larger puzzle of trying to get that time loop just right. I'm hearing good things. I'm so excited.
I am too.
Dude. I'm so excited.
I was gonna get it for PS5, but like with a smooth 60, baby, I'm probably gonna get just cancel my pre-order.
Haptics, baby. Haptics.
I don't care about that, man. And by the way, I can just hook up my PS5 controller to my PC.
If it has native DualSense controller support, which I hope it might.
It might.
Some games, there's only like 1 or 2 games that have that with the haptics and stuff. So hopefully, if Arcane doesn't do it, someone will mod it in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
So.
But yeah, I'm excited for Deathloop. That's the first or second week of September.
Second.
It's
the 14th or the 12th?
Right. I think it's the 12th. I think it's the 12th. But yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
No, the 12th is Sunday. So it'll probably be the Friday
14th.
before. 14th?
I think 14th.
That Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday.
14th. September 14th. Never forget.
That's right.
What
have you been playing?
I got all the achievements in Death's Door.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
I was able to shave my playtime. Well, to get the last achievements I needed were to do like these special conditions against 2 of the bosses and then beat it with the weakest weapon in the game, which is an umbrella, which does half damage than your base weapon, which is it's annoying. So I like the achievements that have you play differently than you normally would. So I'm like, well, my physical attack is shit, so this time I'm gonna make a magic build and focus on just blasting guys with spells. And it was fun to just go through the game again with kind of like a slightly different pace to it, with just focusing on magic, like hit and run tactics. Like I'll hit them with the weak ass umbrella to recharge my magic, get some distance, and then blast them, light them on fire.
Okay,
it's a good time. Great game. Check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
Check it out.
When I get like into a dry spell, like you're saying, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just Solid game, man.
Oh yeah.
Just the world is very entertaining. Just the bird people, and it's great. I love it.
It looks dope as shit.
Still grinding away at Nier.
I was about to say. I was just about to ask you still playing Nier?
They keep releasing new stuff and new ways to grind the game. So this is my life for the foreseeable future. Because the last thing I had to do really story-wise, like there are these different character stories and you need to grind to unlock the next step in them. And I thought like, okay, I just need one more part to it, like get part 2 of the story. Because when you go to your encyclopedia in-game, it says like you could read up on part 1 and then part 2 shows a little lock over it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, just... There's 10 characters. I just need to unlock those 10 more stories extensions. Then for the first 2 characters, I unlock part 2, and then slides over. Part 3 shows up. It's like, and the grind gets exponentially shittier. So I'm like, oh come on, these are great stories. I just want to read them. Why do they have to be trapped behind this fucking grind? You son of a bitch.
That's how those mobile games get you, man.
I know, fuck
it's
you,
the definition of a mobile game.
Fuck you, Square Enix. Been playing Warzone. Get it installed, baby.
It is installed.
Oh, shit.
I'm down to play it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. If you ever want to play it, let me know.
Yeah.
You're not working.
Yeah, playing Warzone. I've been watching a stupid amount of stuff. Since I got a free trial of Amazon Prime to watch Rebuild of Evangelion Thrice Upon a Time and watching some stuff there, catching up.
I've been watching What If on Disney Plus. It's pretty good. It's not the best thing that Marvel's done, but it's pretty entertaining. They're like 35 minutes long each. They're pretty good.
I'm not checking out What If because I don't know. They're kind of.
I get it.
Unnecessary. It's fluff. Like I don't read the What If comics.
Right.
But yeah, I've been on Amazon Prime. The Val Kilmer documentary.
That's good.
Have you seen that? Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
You and the missus?
So we got rid of the dog right when that came out. It's like, I don't feel like being super sad and potentially crying.
Yeah.
Because I hear it's really sad.
It's a bummer, but it's...
But I hear it's really good.
It's good, man. Watch Val.
Maybe we'll watch it this weekend.
Val Kilmer. Also watched on Amazon Prime, One Night in Miami.
What's that?
It's a black thing. I know you're very white. No, it's about a fictionalized meeting of Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, Jim Brown, and Muhammad Ali.
I think I've seen the trailer for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's based off because all 4 of those men were in Miami on this one specific night, and it fictionalizes what if they all got together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's really cool. I have issues with it because I don't know. I was watching it, the start of it, I'm like, this feels like it started off as a play, and then I read it up. I looked into it. I'm like, okay, this project did start off as a play because there's a certain type of writing and performance difference between a play and a movie. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this feels like a play.
Right.
It's not really. It didn't feel like it was taking advantage of the cinematic medium. But as it goes on, as tension builds between the characters, then I started to get hooked. I'm like, okay, now we're cooking.
Right.
Now I'm invested in what's going on with these guys. I'm in. And then I felt that ending.
That was good.
It was good.
Okay,
I like
good.
it. Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, I've been watching so much stuff, man. Have you seen the Witcher show?
On Netflix?
Series? Yeah.
No. I hear it's good though. I hear Henry Cavill is a very good Geralt.
Dude, you need to watch Castlevania, watch The Witcher, and then watch The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf.
Okay.
Nightmare of the Wolf is the animated prequel to the live action series.
Okay.
It's about it's a story about Vesemir, who's Geralt's mentor.
Okay.
It's sick, dude. The animation is sick.
Where do you get time to watch all this shit?
It's animated by Studio Mirror. I got nothing. I got time. Even when I was working, I had a ton of.
See, I wish I had
downtime
between. I wish I had like downtime like that at work.
But yeah, the animation is sick because the animation is done by the studio, one of the studios that did The Legend of Korra. Mm-hmm. If you watch the Avatar and you're into that stuff, there were two studios that worked on the animation for The Legend of Korra. Mm-hmm. One of them was better than the other, and I'm pretty sure it's the good one that worked on Nightmare of the Wolf because the animation is sick. So if you want some really cool Witcher action, watch Nightmare of the Wolf. It's a feature-length film. You know, if you don't have time for the Henry Cavill series, at least watch this.
No, I like Henry Cavill, so I would make the time.
So I watched that, and also...
Jesus Christ, dude. How long is your list?
I watched Reminiscence in theaters.
How was that? Honestly, like, if I can be completely honest, I personally thought it did not look like a good movie.
It tickles all my interests. It's not great. It's not the best thing in the world. It's a hardcore throwback to noir. Mm-hmm. And it has all those weird, corny tropes to it. Mm-hmm. But I kind of like it.
Okay.
Check it out if you have HBO Max. I would never say, like, hey, run, don't walk. This is the thing you have to see. No, it's a cool movie if you like noir throwbacks or, like, twists on the noir genre, like Brick. Right. That's a twist on the noir genre. But yeah, it's like a sci-fi noir story. It goes into themes about, like, how we perceive memories, the male gaze, really interesting things. It's not like the execution of all of it didn't wow me, but it has just the really cool bits of noir of just like they're showing this for a reason.
Right.
Of course this thing has to come into play eventually. Of Chekhov's gun stuff. I like it, man. Also, it's written and directed by Lisa Joy, who is one of the showrunners of Westworld, so I'm like, I'm going to support these guys. Fair. I'm going to check it out, you know. Jonathan Nolan's wife, a.k.a. Chris Nolan's sister-in-law. Right. I like Westworld. A lot of people got beef with Westworld. I like it. Checking it out. Reminiscence. It's worth seeing. Check it out on HBO Max.
That's right.
It's not a thing I'd say, like, you got to get HBO Max just to watch this thing.
Right.
But if you haven't, watch it, man. Watch it. I'm glad I saw it in theaters.
That's right.
Big old theatrical experience. It's got a cool setting. It's got interesting concepts. It doesn't just all come together, though, to be, I don't know.
Like a complete movie?
Everything's there. There's just, like, a quality about it that I can't quite put my finger on it. The performances were solid. Okay. I think just because it is such a noir throwback.
Right.
And there are some cheesy elements about that genre. Okay. I think it's that cheese I'm feeling. It's that cheese. And also watch my last thing. Are you
sure?
For sure, the last thing. Are you familiar with Lil Dicky?
Yes, I love Lil Dicky.
You love Lil Dicky. Have you seen his FX show, Dave?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
It is excellent. Season 2. I meant to talk about this last week or 2 weeks ago. Season 2 just wrapped up. The last scene of season 2 is like the feel good TV moment of the summer, baby.
Okay.
Everything it all culminates that one moment, you know. Trying to with Dave Lil Dicky trying to balance art and life and his artistic aspirations with being like a good friend. It all comes together. Beautiful. If they never make a season 3, it's like a perfect ending.
All right.
If you love Lil Dicky, you have to watch Dave, man. It's such a good show. I like it because Lil Dicky, I could take him or leave him.
Right.
But Dave. But Dave it's a great show, man. It's so good. It's so good, man. Everyone should watch Dave.
Watch all the shit he just talked about.
If you got Hulu, watch Dave and In and of Itself. See, In and of Itself and Dave are things like, hey, get Hulu for those things. Reminiscence,
Don't get
HBO Max for that.
But get Hulu.
Get Hulu for Dave and in and of itself.
Exactly.
But yeah, Gamescom, baby. Maybe next year we'll fly to Cologne, Germany, and be in Gamescom in person.
That would be really dope, actually.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I'd love to go back to Germany.
Never been.
See ya.